Which is the best update of this year? Okay, I will tell you my theory of all the updates so far. First, we got the Spring to Life update, which is the first update of this year. In this update, there are variants of cows, pigs and chickens, which I actually don't care about, and I feel like the OGs are actually better than all of the variants. And next you got the leaf litter, which actually made the forest uglier and they didn't look that great. And next you got the wildflowers, which I actually don't care about. I don't even use it anyway. And there is this bush, which I cannot even see out in the wild. It is just like a normal grass, it just looks like it. And then you got the firefly bush, which is actually good. Night times you can actually see the fireflies flying clearly and they're kind of good too, but not that great. Then you got the rose bush, which I don't care about too, because I feel like you don't even need that rose bush. Next you got Chase the Skies, which is the second update by Minecraft this year. This is a small update, but I liked all the things created by Minecraft. First you got the dried gas, which you need to pour water on it and it becomes a gas sling, and if you feed snowballs to it, it becomes a happy gas. And then you can craft a harness and you can put on it and you can actually ride on it, and it's actually really good to build in survival mode like creative mode, and it is really useful for me. And they created a new leashing method, which is really great and doesn't look that messy, and the leash almost never tears apart. If you're like flying in creative mode with your dog or something and you're like going in full speed, nothing happens to the lead and it never tears off, and your dog will be safe. And you can actually tie your dog or cow like this to the happy gas and you can bring it wherever you want. And that's all it is. Next you got the Copper Age, which is the latest release. You got the Copper Armor, which is a little weaker than the Iron Armor, which I don't like, so I will probably leave the Copper behind if I find it. And next you got the Copper Sword, the Copper Hoe, the Copper Axe, the Copper Pickaxe, the copper shovel, which are actually as same as the stone. I don't even care about these copper tools. And next you got the copper chain and the copper bars, which I don't even care about. And next you got the copper torches and the copper lanterns, which are actually kind of cool, but they're not cheaper like the regular torches and the regular lanterns. And next you got the copper golem, which is the best in this whole update. It can literally arrange your chests when you're out in the wilds or in the caves or building your house or something like that. Oh my gosh, this is so good. I love it. Sorry, Damage. Hey, don't run. And next is the Mounts of Mayhem, which is gonna release at December 9th. You got the Nautilus, which you can find in seas really easily. They're not that hard or that rare, and you can tame them with the pufferfish and you can ride them by putting a saddle on it, and then you can actually dash with it, and it's really good. It actually pauses your oxygen bar because of the breath of Nautilus. And you got all the armors for Nautilus, and you also got the zombie Nautilus, which you can also tame, but it is always ridden by a round, which you need to kill the round and then tame it. And they're actually much faster than the normal Nautilus, which is great. And you got the netherite horse armor, which I don't even care about because I feel like you don't even need that much of an armor for your horse. And now your horses can also swim, and it is easier to go in seas, but it is much slower than boats. And next you got the new weapons spear, which can be crafted easily like this, and it has a longer range and it's really good for PvP too, I guess, according to my opinion. And you got the enchantment for the spear called the lunge. There is lunge 1, 2 and 3. With this spear you can actually use it like the trident. You can actually dash with it. It's kind of like a trident, but which does not work in it doesn't work in water. And next you got the zombie horse, which will be ridden by a zombie with a spear, which spawns at night. And then you got the parched, which is just like a skeleton but like a husk. And next you got the camel husk, which is kind of like a husk version of camel, which will be ridden by a husk and a parched, and you need to kill both of them to tame this camel. So the best update of this year is Chase the Skies, because the happy gas is really good for me for building, because I just like building in Minecraft, and you can actually build in survival mode just like creative mode. And the new leashing method, I love it too. And this is my list. Let me know in the comments which is your favorite update of this year.